Has anyone else ever noticed that there are multiple Flashes across the multiverse who are female? Yes, there's been gender-bent multiple characters. There has been a male Wonder Woman, a female Batman. However, typically there is only one or two of a gender-bent character in the multiverse. The Flash, on the other hand, has literally dozens, and it's never really been explained why. The name The Flash, unlike many other names like Wonder Woman or Batman, is a gender-neutral name. Therefore, it has been used by female characters in the main universe as well. Avery Ho, Jessica Chambers, and Negative Flash. None of them will be on this list as they are not the Flashes from the multiverse, but instead just characters who are female who've taken up the name The Flash in the main universe. However, there might be alternate versions of those characters on this list who are from the multiverse and that have gone by the name The Flash. Therefore, they would count as a multiverse version of The Flash. In fact, there are multiple Jesse Quicks who are spelt differently that have become The Flash in the multiverse. So, let's start. Danica Williams, The Flash from Earth 12, the Batman Beyond Earth. Once an employee of the Flash Museum, she would learn she's connected to the Speed Force, and she would take over the mantle of the Flash after Jay, Barry, and Wally. And now would join the Justice League. And because she is the Flash, she of course takes up a prominent role, because the Flash is always a big role on the Justice League. Danica, in my opinion, is a actually pretty fun character. She's spunky and sarcastic, while also having a pretty big focus on legacy, an idea that, in my opinion, is done very well. Well, yes, it's not an original idea, the way it's done here, I think, is very unique, with the idea that the Flash is a title that has gone down multiple generations. Not just A to B, but A to B to C to D. Danica would actually become a pretty fan-favorite character in the Justice League Beyond titles, and in my opinion, I can see why. She is a lot of fun. Mary Maxwell. Mary is the Flash of Earth 6, a world where DC is reimagined as if Stan Lee made it himself. You know, the guy who made Marvel. Which is, in my opinion, a very interesting deep dive in how Stan Lee sees his way of writing, in that it's very different, but also has some similarities to that of DC. This comes from the 2002 Just Imagine series, which I do plan on covering one day. Something that is very noticeable during this series is that the League is far more diverse. Batman is African American, Wonder Woman is Latino, and the Flash is a woman. This because Stan Lee was very open about just being inclusive, someone who loved including diversity in his work. Mary Maxwell is a college student who gets into a rather chaotic situation where a government decides to blackmail her dad for some gas. Which, I don't know why, but it makes me think that he's farting. But during the whole ordeal, Mary was infected with this gas, resulting in her gaining super speed and becoming the Flash. Also, her costume, I really like it. I know it's a little flamboyant and it's pretty out there, but personally, I really like it. Leah Nelson. Tangent Universe was a very, very confusing situation going on. But it certainly had their fans, and the character of Leah was definitely a fan favorite. And unlike other Flashes, she isn't a speedster at all, but rather has light manipulation powers. And that comes from her father in a weird science experiment similar to that of Mary, which, while yes, is very different, they definitely have some similarities when it comes down to her backstory, which I thought was interesting, at least. Despite the fact that I'm pretty sure it was only a coincidence because, character-wise, they are definitely very different. Blitzen. She's not really much. She's from Earth X and is a Nazi Flash, who just really cameos in the background. She was even made a man for the Ray Freedom Fighters TV show. So perhaps the character is just forgotten. Personally, okay. She really is only a cameo character, but she does exist, so she had to be mentioned. Carrie Allen. Carrie is an alternate universe future version of Wally West, who also really just cameos. Yeah, a lot of these characters, as we go down the list, you'll see are just cameos. Speed Freak, Earth 47. And guess what she does? Cameos. Next. Sela Allen, from the 23rd century of another alternate world, just like Carrie, only appears in a character guidebook for some reason. However, we do know she's related to Barry Allen this time around, and personally, I think her costume does look pretty cool. However, like I said, she only appears in a character guidebook, and for all we know, she isn't even canon. Terry Magnus, finally another Flash who doesn't just cameo. She comes from another alternate future timeline, We are 3 for 3. She's one of the Wonder Twins and also takes up the mantle of the Flash in the new league. She has a very angry type of personality, one may say. However, I suppose you could also argue that the situation she's in, one has the right to be angry. Jesse Quick. This one is really confusing. You see, we get a cameo of her in the Bombshell universe where she has the name The Flash. How does she get it? We don't actually know. She only appears ever so briefly in one issue. But we do see Barry Allen in the Bombshell universe, and he is the Flash. So why is Jessie the Flash here? It's a little contradictory, but yet again, she only appears ever so briefly, so perhaps someone just forgot. Jesse Quick. Yes, again. This time from Earth 11, which is weird because Earth 11 is supposed to be a gender swap universe. Yet Jessie is still a girl. And here she goes by the name of the Flash, and seems to be Barry Allen somehow at the same time? I'm not totally sure how that works. Isn't she meant to be a female version of Barry Allen then? Instead of Jessie. But she's still Jessie. Yet there are multiple times where Barry refers to her as his female counterpart, implying she's also a female version of Barry too at the same time. I guess something could have happened off panel, but it is a little weird. Jesse Quick. Yes, there's another one. And this one is also strangely spelt differently or incorrect. This Jessie's from some weird anime DC comic, where the character is called The Flash and was given a random I on her name. I'm not entirely sure if that was intentional or if it was a mistake. And finally, Iris was portrayed as a female version of Flash who appears in the recent Flash comic from 2020, that being issue 750 titled The Flash YU, where we see an Elseworlds type world with Iris as the Flash rather than Barry. Personally, I think of all these characters, Mary Maxwell, Leah Nelson, and Danica Williams are in my opinion the best, and I want to see them again. And while Jesse Quick and Iris West have great main canon counterparts, the alternate versions of themselves are okay too. But the rest are unfortunately just cameos, while Terry I think is a little over edgy, not bad, but just really, in my opinion, kinda grumpy. Similar to that of how 90s comics were attempting to have edgy characters. Perhaps that was intentional, and if it was, okay. And I just did not catch that. But I don't think it was. And that's it. Like always, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.